come on in, guys, and let's have a little family talk. A little good Saturday night conversations about the weekend. That's been pretty hot for the Kentucky program overall for basketball and football. I look forward to this exciting show. Thank you guys once again for joining. This is exclusively on Facebook. I'm not streaming to anywhere else but to you guys. Um, this is probably going to be my new way of doing things. It's just putting everything out on YouTube and letting it kind of go out from there. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate for you guys for tuning in. We're gonna just have a good show tonight. I feel like there's a lot of stuff to kind of touch on and to go into. Um, big weekend for football, big weekend for basketball, and things are just going to continue. And it's only Saturday, so let's see what happens tomorrow as well too with the basketball team. And actually up until because it's still early in the states, so let's see what may transfer. Let's see what may happen. Um, let's see what might happen. Um, Going into the rest of the weekend for basketball and see what recruits they made to be able to bring in. But before I get started, let me just say that the final hours of um, of the the raffle of the coin raffle is nearing down. It should be over tonight Eastern Standard Time, 11:59. So if you here's the raffle right here. So if you have not gotten in already, here's the instructions for you to do. I'm excited about having it. I'm going to after the time expires tonight. Of course, I'll be at work. If I have time today when I'm at work, then I start putting together the numbers and all that kind of stuff to get it ready. My thing is to go live Sunday night at eight Eastern, 8 Eastern time to do the drawing. So the drawing will be live here exclusively on Facebook. So make sure that if you haven't gotten into the raffle yet, if this is your first time watching or whatnot, please make sure you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you hit the notification, and don't forget, if you like the video, please hit the like button. It goes a long way. So once again, this is the raffle. It's ending tonight, Saturday night at 11:59, and let's see who can get their name drawn for the coin. So with that being said, let me just jump back over here to this. Actually, do this right here. So, but yeah, it's been a good weekend for Kentucky basketball. But first of all, I don't give a lot of big shout outs to football just because basketball is going on, and well, not basketball, but the rebuilding, the new era of Kentucky basketball is starting, and I know everybody's really interested with the transfer portal, with everything going on. But I think I have to take the time out to be able to. I got to take the time out to be able to say congratulations to some of our Wildcats, notably Andru Phillips. He got selected in the third round to the New York Giants. Congratulations to you. Trevin Wallace, third round also to the Carolina Panthers. Congratulations to you too. And Devin Leary got selected in the sixth round to the Ravens. So congratulations to all you guys. These are guys who have been. These guys have been um, living football their whole life. And this the ultimate dream is for these guys to get to the NFL, to just hear their names being called. And I know these guys are ecstatic. They still got to go, and they still got to make the team. Ray Davis, where did Ray Davis go? I didn't see anything on to the Bills. Okay, so my apologies for that, Ray Davis. Ray Davis went to the Bills. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate that. I was looking, and I was kind of curious. I didn't. I'm probably one of the few people who really didn't really watch a whole lot of the NFL draft, if any, really at all. So my apologies. I try to keep up to try to see where these guys go at, but I did miss the Ray Davis one. It wasn't even on. I didn't see it anywhere. But thank you, Josh, for letting me know that about Ray Davis. What round was he actually selected in? So, and even the guys who have left, the guys who they can still get the contracts or whatever, right? If they go undrafted as undrafted free agents, those guys can also get a chance to play at the next level as well too. They just have to go out and just get a team and see how it goes from there. But yeah, congratulations to all them guys who was able to get drafted, who able was hear their name called. That's one of those, it's only a few. It's only a few things in life. Yeah, Bowling Green, Kentucky in here. Hey, thank you, 80 baby. He went in the fourth. Okay, so I should have put him before Devin Leary then. So he went fourth to the Bills. So congratulations. Hope you got some winter clothes because it's gonna be cold in Buffalo. But once you make it to the league, you kind of learn to put that stuff to the side and know that this is a business and I got to do what I got to do, even if it's 1,000 degrees below zero. I still play ball. So once again, congratulations to all those guys. Also for football, it's noted that we got a cornerback transfer from Michigan, cornerback DJ Waller. He transferred this weekend too as well. The interesting thing about him is though is that I think he kind of wanted to Kentucky. I kind of think he wanted to come to Kentucky anyway, but he chose Michigan over UK. But as soon as their coaches left this year, he immediately went in the transfer portal. And his first visit, I think his only visit, if I'm correct, was to Kentucky. So I kind of think that was in the making. As soon as the coaches left, he knew that he wanted to come to Kentucky to play. And that's what I mean about building relationships and not burning bridges just because a recruit or somebody just doesn't choose your school over you. If a recruit chooses another school and they don't want to come to your school, the things with the transfer portal and with everything that's going on, you never know when a kid is going to be like, you know what, I went to this school, it's just not working out. It just something just feels wrong about it. Something feels off. But then they can always revert back to where home, where it felt like home at, and that's where exactly where they want to go. Um, so um, so that's very good for those guys to pick up that. And he got the college football playoff experience. He's got a national championship with Michigan. So he's going to bring, even though he was a freshman, he still got playing time. I think in 11 games this year. So that experience that he's definitely going to bring to the table is going to go a long way with the success of the Wildcats because he can bring that in and he can help those guys who don't have as much experience as he has playing on such a big level. And he comes from the second best conference in college football, and that's the Big Ten. So the SEC will always be number one in everybody's book, hands down, by far. So once again, congratulations to the football team. Congratulations to the guys that got selected. But let's be honest, guys. This is all about the basketball team right now and the rebuilding. And Kentucky got some guys this weekend. They got some experience. Especially, one thing we wondered was, where we're going to get guard play from, where we're going to get guys that can actually control the ball for us. And I think we got those two guys. The first guy that we got was where's he at? Lamont Butler, out of San Diego State University. He also has that big time Final Four experience too as well. He's a senior, or yeah, I think he's a senior. So he's going to bring that experience to the floor. One thing to note about Lamont is that according to many people, they consider him to be one of the best lockdown defenders in the nation, and that is exactly what we need here at Kentucky is to be able to get these guys in who can play defense, who understands what it means to play defense. And it's notable to say is that we got Lamont and we got Amari Williams. So we got two guys that's going to be on the floor that their main specialty is defense, which is what we didn't have last year. And we have to be able to we got to be able to get stops. We got to be able to put our best player, our best defensive player, on the other team's best offensive player. We got to have a guy that we can put on so guys don't come in and just put up 45 on us a ball game. Like these are the kind of defenders. This is the kind of defensive stuff that we need for our basketball team that we lacked last year. We had the shooting, we had all that down pat. We just couldn't stop anybody, and ultimately our defense or our lack of defense caught up with us, and because of that, we was not able to be successful, especially when it mattered the most, which is in the SEC tournament and also in the NCAA tournament. So I think bringing Lamont Butler in is going to be it's going to pay big dividends to him as well. And I'm just looking forward to be able to just see these guys and see exactly what they have to offer Kentucky. But we know one thing for sure: we are getting experience at this position. And I feel like that, I did a video and I'm actually live on purpose and I'm not just doing. Uh, uh, I like that I'm going live on purpose and I'm not accidentally. That's got to stop. I did it one time and I completely was taken away. The second time was inexcusable. So I'm definitely going to make sure that I do that the right way next time and don't do that. But yeah, I think what Coach Pope is actually looking for is the defensive minded people to be able to not be selfish, understands that it's more than just scoring the basketball. We got to be able to stop people. And I like what he's doing. It seems like Pope owes teams, in fact, immediate question his defense. So we just got to continue to just be excited about what he's doing, who he's bringing into Kentucky. He has the Final Four experience. I think if anything, I think most of us will remember him for the big shot he made in the Final Four in that to knock off FAU, Florida Atlantic, and yeah, FAU in the tournament with that shot, that last second shot. So he is Kentucky is under in the SEC. Hardest permanent defender in the nation. We get him in this fifth year. Let that sink in, BBN. Yes, this guy is good. He's experienced. He's not just walking on the floor. And I have to be honest. There are certain teams that I'm looking forward to playing against with his defense. And let's see what we can do. Let's see if experience really does matter the most in college basketball nowadays than it did maybe a few years ago. So that definitely makes a difference. So our other player that we actually got, I got to come over here. Let me take that off. And we got a player from Oklahoma in the Big 12, um, Otega Oweh, Oklahoma Sooners. Big time. Man, look, when I look at these players that we're getting, especially Otega, these guys are ripped, man. Like these guys are buff. Like I don't think we really, I don't think we really had guys on the team besides maybe a dude that was really just look like they just fit the part. Look like they can be on somebody's football team for sure. But this guy's coming in from Oklahoma. His numbers are not going to jump off the page to you. The thing that I noticed when I looked at his highlight films is that he's very aggressive. Like he's really aggressive with the ball. He's not afraid of contact. He initiates contact with the ball. He's not going to steer away from it. He'll rebound the basketball. So to me, these guys that Mark Pope are bringing in, I think it's a resemblance of what Kentucky stands for as a basketball team, and that's that we're going to play good, hard-nosed defense. We're going to be aggressive the whole 40 minutes, and with these type of players that are actually coming in, he does them. I don't like this Siri thing. It's sorry, but he did. Okay, not sure if you guys um, heard that or not, but Siri just jumped in. But yeah, none of these guys' stats are going to jump off the page. But as I did a video as well too, as far as I did a little short as far as numbers go or as far as stats go. And for me, it ain't really about the stats for me that jump off the page for neither one of these players, but the way they play and what they bring to the team. Every single night, John, in 11:59 Eastern time. Yes, it does. So Jonathan joined. Jonathan. Somebody must when. Yeah, it ends at 11:59 tonight. My fault for that. I just think what we got going on right now. I think the guys that's coming in, the possible guys that can come in as well too. I know Neely. McNeely. I think he went ahead and committed to UConn, so we're not going to get him. Charlie, why so negative? Well, I don't. I mean, I wonder if Charlie actually put that. Thank you so much, Steve, Mike. The I mean, it's okay if the negativity is there. No issues with that. I just feel like the kind of players that we need that we haven't had in the last few years, we're getting those players. Every player that we're getting, first of all, if nothing else, they all have experience. And with that experience, they understand what it means to actually go and be able to win some ball games. And they bring that to it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks, Michael. It brings so much to the table, to the team, to the experience. Remember, these guys are coming in, and Mark Pope, he's not going to have to spend his whole time trying to groom these guys how to play college basketball. I think Mark Pope is bringing in these guys so because I think he really wants to make a splash in year one. He wants to show guys that he can recruit. He wants to show guys that he can win ball games, and I think he's trying to do that all in the first year. And I don't have any issues with that whatsoever because he's bringing in those kind of players that can get it done. I think I'm seeing that someone says we need a mix. I think we need a mix of players, but unfortunately we're in a situation at the particular part of the season of is that all the recruits, most of them are already committed. And unless they go into the transfer portal, they're already committed. So Mark Pope doesn't have the advantage of a lot of coaches of being able to go next year. He'll be good because next year he'll be able to go in and he can recruit some players straight out of high school and have that mixture of players. He doesn't really have that this year, so he has to go totally, in a sense, rely on the transfer portal to pull all his guys in to be able to build a team. A lot of these guys are going to be leaving after 1 year, so that gives him a chance to just get in, getting the BYU shooter. I think the BYU shooter he went back to BYU. But we gotta he's getting guys in here who can actually they left Kentucky, but they're following their coach though. That's the whole thing though. Kids are following coaches this year. I mean, they have been. They're gonna follow. They're gonna follow the coach to wherever they go at, and that's what they wanted to do. They wasn't necessarily coming to Kentucky. A lot of these kids wasn't coming to Kentucky because they wanted to play particularly for Kentucky. They wanted to play for John Calipari, and that's why they left here. That's why they're not here anymore. I mean, all schools are going through this right now. It's nothing that we can do. It's nothing that Coach Pope can do. He can pitch what he wants to say to them, but if their mind is already made up because they wanted to stay with their coach, then that's where they was going. There's nothing that NIL. There's nothing that anything that they could do. They just had to go with the coach who they wanted to go, who they want to play for college ball anyway. Most of those guys are coming into college for 1 year, and they know that John Calipari can get them out of college in 1 year, and that's what they wanted to do. But like I said, this is okay. Nothing's wrong with what Coach Pope is doing this year. He's just making it. He's just making it so next year the younger guys, the guys out of high school, these guys they can actually see, okay, this coach, okay, he got something going for him. I can actually give him a chance. I can actually sincerely put him on my list of actually highly considering. And next year, I look for him if he has a very successful year this year at UK in his first year. I look for him next year to be able to go into some high school homes, kids, and actually bring them to Kentucky straight out of high school and still be able to go use the transfer portal. This is something that we got to be patient with. We're not gonna get everything. We're not gonna go. Yeah, he went after them. You don't think he tried to pitch to him? Of course he tried to pitch to these guys. Yeah, of course he did. But look, overall, he pitched to him. If they want to go with Cal, he's got to move on. He can't spend all day long trying to get these guys. His main objective is to build a roster. That's what he's here for. So, Charlie, I appreciate it. Like I said, always, man, this is family. We can all come here. We can all we can agree to disagree, but that doesn't mean that we're not here as a family. Absolutely. But yeah, I like what Coach Pope is doing. I like the staff that he's brought in. I like where we're moving. Look, this is just a new era, and that's just something that we're just gonna have to live with. We're just gonna have to just say, hey, and at this particular point, we just gonna have to say as a fan, or each individual person is gonna have to say, I'm with Coach Pope or I'm not with Coach Pope. It's really you can't we can't just keep going back and forth on whether we support or whether we don't. Everything is in motion. There's nothing that we can do as fans that can change what went on, and we just got to continue to just move forward, and we got to continue to support him, and we gotta know that he has the best interest of Kentucky in his heart, and he's going out there and he's doing okay. We got to continue to believe that what he's doing for the program is in the best. And in time, this is only year one. In time, the mix of players will be there for sure. So there's nothing that we can really do about this right now. We just got to continue to just believe that he got. And he's gonna. Of course, we still got a lot of spots open. I'm with Pope. Thank you, Charlie. I appreciate it. We got to continue to. We still got some spots that we still gotta fill. We still got the rest of the weekend. We still got Osborne coming in as well. So there's still some good pieces that can still be added to this roster this year. And I really think, of course, we're going to have a very, this year, we may be able to say we have one of the oldest teams in college basketball, which is definitely different from what we've been hearing the past few years. For being the youngest team, we may go to one of the oldest teams. But everybody's using the transfer portal. Everybody's hoping that they can reel in these players the same way that Coach Pope is, and him bringing in the coaching staff that he did. I think that's going to continue to play big dividends, and it's going to spread. We've already got he ain't said he's coming to Kentucky, but as soon as Coach Brooks leaves, then then Baylor has a decommit, somebody that Brooks was heavily involved with recruiting to go to Baylor. Coach Brooks leaves, the 7-footer leaves, and now we just see what happens and see if that's once again the same way that kids will follow coaches that came to Kentucky, the teams who the kids who decommitted from Kentucky to follow their coach. It's no different. This is just everything's full circle, and as Kentucky fans, we just have to understand that we're in this big ocean together, and everybody's swimming around, and people's trying to move, and people trying to go to where they feel comfortable and who they feel comfortable with, and that's exactly what's happened. Mark Pope is going to continue to get better and better at this, and I believe in his staff and what he's actually cooking. Um, Son of Seal says, laughing at rankings right now. I see what Mark is building here, and we are going to be hard to beat, no doubt. Rankings have effect on who wins the game. So I just think it's going to be good. No, they don't. Rankings don't have an effect on who wins the game. It does not. And I think we got a good team, man. And we don't. We still got a long way to go with this. And I think everything. Because everything like the portal closes, I think it is soon. So a lot of guys are still going to get in. He's still going to bring people in, and I don't think he's going to go out. I don't think he's going to go out just to be like, I'm going to just get you just so I can have a spot. I'm going to get you just to have a spot. I think up until the end, he's going to bring in the right guys because he feels like that these guys can go in his system and that we can get some things done for sure. We got some of the best recruiting staff in the country. All they need is time to get those big names, and that's going to happen. And I hope people can really realize that is that while they may not have been sold on Mark Pope being hired as a head coach, that he is going to go out. He got the staff. He already showed that I'm willing to go get the best staff that I can in order to bring in some of these big names. Even if we have to wait 1 year to do that, we can still start getting those guys next year. But let me bring in some guys who can actually make this a very quality of a year. So the recruits down the road can see who I am, can see who my staff is. But our staff, they have especially the Brooks and Hart, like those guys, they have it already. So it ain't like they're just these kids are just for the first time just hearing about who they are. And as Jonathan says, Mark Pope is a smart guy. You better believe he's crossing his T's and dotting his I's. You better believe that he's reading the fine print on some of these players. And remember, some of these players that we're trying to get, and if we miss on them, that can be a positive thing too as well. That's not necessarily always a bad thing. Even though we want some kids and they get away from us, sometimes when things don't work out, you got to count it as a blessing, and you got to say, okay, it's got to be something else out there that we can go get that would fit even better with what maybe the other guy can. We still need some shooters. I don't think we have really great shooters. Um, somebody just keeps texting me. Appreciate that. Uh, but I'm sold. But big names not coming. Big names are not coming right now, and that's okay. You can't. I mean, all the big names are taken. Like what do you recommend? Like, are you? I mean, do you want him to just go in and just tell recruits, "Hey, don't come to these schools no more. Just come to Kentucky." They don't know who Mark Pope is right now. He's trying to get his name established. It's different than coaching at BYU than it is coaching at Kentucky. We all know that. We all know what he can. Just what people can. Just the possibilities of Kentucky versus the possibilities at BYU. It's a night and day difference. But he needs that time though, and that time is coming. That time is coming. Believe me, they will in the future, Charlie. It takes time. Recruiting at BYU and UK, it's different, but it's just his first year, so he's got to. I hate to use this phrase, just say that he's got to get what he can get because he's getting he's getting some quality players. We just got to be patient, man. Yeah, but I mean, okay, he is. I mean, he wants to go and play probably for UConn. I mean, that's the hot team right now. That's the hot coach. You know, that's the hot coach. If John Calipari was still here, John maybe could have got him because he's already established. Like we got to understand, Boozer Sons. Boozer said he said the same thing. I read that about him, and he was like, "It's not a bad thing, but it's definitely different because I don't know. I don't know Coach Pope. I know Calipari. I know who he is. Now, depending on how the year goes, then we'll be able to. And this is what they said. The Boozer Sons, depending on how next year goes, to see who he is, to see what his system is, and everything, see how they do things. Then that in-house visit next year could be a possibility. But I don't know him, and I know Calipari. I know what Calipari is about, and that's the whole thing. It ain't that just I'm not throwing shade on Coach Pope, but kids don't know him yet. Kids don't know his system, and I think that's the biggest thing right there. Is once kids actually learn who he is and how good he is, and his offensive mindset and how brilliant he is, it's going to speak for itself. But he's got to bring guys in that can win right now. Right now, bring guys in that can win right now, so it can help. So it can help myself look even better to show these guys that I can recruit and I can win ball games and I can win games in March with this team. That's what this is all about, man. He's setting that foundation of that I can win here at Kentucky, but I got to win this year. I mean, it's just one of Charlie. You're a hard Cal fan. uh, we gonna be okay though. I love the conversation. I love being challenged. It causes me to be better at this as well too. So Charlie, hey man, keep asking questions. This Cal's doing awesome in Arkansas. Hey, that's cool that he's doing good in Arkansas. But we got Mark Pope, and I'm excited. And we don't have John Calipari anymore. So whatever he's doing there, good luck to you down there, big guy. But we're here at Kentucky, and I'm excited about what the future holds for Mark Pope and my Kentucky Wildcats. And that's all I can do. Like, I know a lot of people keep up with a lot of different teams. Not really just like because you're a fan, but you just kind of keep up with what's going on. I don't really keep up with a lot of teams because Kentucky is one of those teams where even in the off season, they're gonna have so much going on that you don't really have a chance to really stay focused on what everybody else is doing. I like to do what I say. I like to stay. I like to stay exactly. I like to stay in my lane, and my lane is the Kentucky Wildcats. I can't even keep up with everything that's going on with Kentucky. More or less, keep up with what everybody else is doing. And if I didn't see posts about what's going on in Arkansas come across my timeline, then I would never know what's going on down there. I just wouldn't. I just like I don't care. I don't. They're not Kentucky. I understand that they got that coach now, but they're not Kentucky, and they never will be Kentucky. And that's as simple as that. It that's and hey, and that's just me speaking real, fam. I don't really care about what's going on down there. I'm worried about Kentucky. I'm worried about Kentucky getting back to where they're supposed to be at, and that's at the top. That's at the top right there. I watched the Untouchables yesterday on YouTube, and it stirred something in me because just to hear that 96 team speak, and just to see what it meant to be a Kentucky Wildcat and what it meant to just be a team and what it meant to just go out there and they didn't care about who scored so many points. Only thing they cared about was winning ball games. Only thing they cared about was passing the basketball. That's all they care about. That is it. You know, I'm screaming. I'm screaming. Oh, I mean that's good, Charlie. That's good. But I have to stay. There's a lot more negative stuff out there in the world than it is positive. So the little positive stuff that I can hold on to, I hold on to that. I don't I'm just the kind of person is I don't spend my whole time trying to find things that are negative about what's going on. I'm a realist and I know there's negative stuff out there and I know things are not always going to be the greatest. But for me, I try to find the little good that I can and I try to hold on to that and I don't try to let things so much of the clutter and so much of the negative stuff come in so it distracts me from understanding the good that's going on and the good and the possibilities. I can't control everything that goes on with the program. I just can't. I can just continue to keep my eyes focused on what's going on. I can only keep my eyes focused on the Wildcats being the best version of themselves that they possibly can. And if I'm too focused on what everybody else is doing, if I'm too focused on who's not staying at Kentucky, if I'm focused on who's not coming to Kentucky, then I lose sight of what's really important, and that's the Kentucky Wildcats as a whole. And that is what I'm trying to do. I don't have time for all that other stuff. I just don't. I look when I pick up my phone and I see that we didn't get a recruit or we didn't get a transfer, you know what I do? Next. I can't dwell on that. I just can't. Like I can't be upset about it. What am I going to do about being upset? Because Mark Pope wanted Brea and we didn't get him. Oh well, you know what? This sucks. No, it's okay. We're gonna be okay. Mark Pope is gonna take us to where we want to be at. He's in that position and he understands it. And every time he came across the screen in the Untouchables, I said to myself, "That's my coach. That's the dude that's at Kentucky right now coaching." Everything came full circle. So that's what I put my attention on. I can't just keep finding things that's wrong every single day. Cannot do that. Your life will be miserable. It will. So I personally choose to think positive. I personally choose to think positive, and that's why I love my Wildcats so much, and that's why I just focus on what's going on with the Cats, because it's otherwise I'll be busy worried about what everybody else is. I can't worry about what everybody else is doing. You know, I just can't. I like everything Pope has done and assistant coaches, but recruiting, I don't know. A lot of things we ain't gonna know. You just got to stay focused and just believe. I mean, because at the end of the day, either you believe in Pope or what he's doing or what he's building, or you just saying I don't know because you just gotta kind of just do what you want to do. Did you hear? Yeah, Jerry. I did a video about that, Mark, as well too, about Jerry Jones doubling NIL money to anyone who was signed with him out of the portal. Oh, he did it out of the portal too. I didn't hear about that. I thought it was just the recruits who decommitted from Kentucky. I thought it was just that. So I guess look, if Jerry Jones is doing that, then you know what? You know what that means? Then they ain't having that good success in the portal neither, even with the money that they got. So what does that say? With a legendary coach, Hall of Fame coach, what does that say? They ain't doing everything right neither. It ain't always greener on the other side. It ain't always greener. People think, oh, let me just do this right here and I'll be okay. No, it ain't always like that. It ain't. And Jackson Robinson, he may actually come back. No one knows if he's going to keep his name in the draft or not. Of course, they got a longer period of time to wait to decide if they're going to come back or not. But he's definitely a possibility too as well. And I have to imagine if Mark Pope is actually holding the spot for him, just in case. Gets us Cowboys. So go catch. All you know what I say, go catch. That is exactly what I mean right there. See what time. Yeah, I got time. So they actually moved our schedules up for work again. So I guess our flight schedule changed. And that is really how it kind of dictates when I'm able to come live, especially on the weekends or whatever. So I just want to put this out. Starting next Thursday evening, you guys this time. Every Thursday night I'll be doing calls. So be prepared for that. During the week, it's kind of hard because I just kind of jump on. See, for me, for one thing, with me doing this, I got to be consistent. I get that. I got to prepare for this or whatever. So it's I don't have somebody behind the scenes who puts all this together and I just turn on the mic and I just talk like a lot of other people. I envy those individuals who are able to do that, who have somebody putting everything together, and all they got to do is just get in front of a microphone and talk and do this. So it's a little harder for me over here, but this is a sacrifice that I'm willing to make because I love my Wildcats. And if that means that I only get a few hours of sleep because I got to wake up and make sure that I do a show at least as often as possible, then I'm willing to do that as well too. But sometimes it's kind of hard, especially when I wake up and I got a whole list of things that just happened that's probably already 6 or 7 hours old. And everyone who's in the States, those guys have immediately access to this information because they're wide awoke and they can do this stuff. So for me, thank you guys for your patience for that. I really do appreciate that very much. But yes, I have to be, as someone says, you have to be more consistent with going live, and I definitely want to do that as well too. Usually, I stream to like 4 different places. Tonight, I'm only streaming towards YouTube, and this video will, of course, can be shared out or whatever if you guys feel the need to do so. But yeah, I'm just excited about where Kentucky basketball is going, and I'm in it to be patient. I'm in it to win it, and I feel like I'm supporting a coach who is definitely has his whole heart, his whole mind, and everything into it of making sure that Kentucky can get back to the Final Four, so they can get back to hanging the banners, so they can get back to winning SEC tournaments on a regular basis. He understands that as a player and as a coach now, and I think that's exactly where he is. That's exactly where he's going with it, and I'm right there with him as well too. See, you can tell that we talk about the kids, we talk about the recruits who are able to just get up and just leave when a coach leaves. Well, as fans of the Kentucky Wildcats, you got to be a fan that says whenever the coach leaves, I'm stuck. I'm right here. I ain't going nowhere. We wish you well, and you just stay right here and you stay grounded with the Kentucky Wildcats. And even if you don't always agree with the hire or what the decisions are being made, you're rooting for the Kentucky Wildcats at the end of the day because coaches and players, they come and go, but the University of Kentucky will be here with us as well. So things are moving in the right direction. I'm very excited. I gotta just keep my energy up. I gotta just keep moving. This is not easy for me. I've been doing this since 18, and this is the first time that I've actually really had these many people, just many people really support me, and it feels good. But I also, with that, it comes a bigger responsibility to make sure that I'm putting together a good show and I'm not wasting people's time. And that's why I appreciate you guys so much for what you guys are really doing. Is there any chance that you can put a schedule for maybe 2 or 3 days a week for live shows, or are you too busy? It sometimes this is for Cliff. Sometimes when when I do shows or whatever, especially lives, it's all dependent on, like, we'll go home one day and we before our meetings, we'll say, okay, this is a flight schedule. This is what's going on. And then at 8 o'clock at night, all of that could change. Everything could change. And so we got to come in. So I'm all like I have to get up some days, of course I go walking. So I don't really put that in the sense of me doing the lives, but some mornings I have to get up about 5 hours early just to make sure that I can do everything that I want to do, like that I can get on here and I'm not being, that I'm not necessarily being rushed to get through a show or whatever. So I have to do it. So while everybody else that I work with is still in the bed sleeping to the last minute, I get up and I do this. But yes, I would like to definitely do that. I know for sure that on Thursdays at 8 Eastern, I can go live every Thursday, because I'll be off from work and whatever. So I won't have any issues. And with my job, I don't have to work the next morning. So that's why I said on Thursdays at 8, that's the days that I know for a fact that I can take, that I'm going to start doing calls at least one day a week, because I enjoy that and I feel like everyone else enjoy that too as well. And I want to interact with guys, and I want to hear people talk and hear what they want to say, not just over just over people um, um, I'm texting the whole time. So I want to hear people talk and let other people chime in to what the callers say. I think being able to call in can really make a show even at the next level, can go even bigger. So that's definitely what I want to do, and it makes the show more fun. But yes, if I can be more consistent, that's my goal, and I'm making sure that I'm trying my best to do that. But thank you guys for the patience. I really appreciate it. I think we got some really, really good role players that can lock up players on the perimeter now. It's time to get Jackson Robinson and some dudes that can drop 25 on any night, and we need handles. That's it. All growing pains. Yes, absolutely. A lot of growing pains, but that's okay because look, I love Kentucky, man, and this is nothing. And because when my time is up here, when I'm done here in Kuwait, when I go home, this is what I want to continue to do. So if I got to build this foundation now, and it takes a lot of heart pains, and I'll lose some sleep here and there, I'm willing to do that. And you guys are like family. You guys come and you guys support me always, even though I don't go as frequent as a lot of the other channels do. When the camera comes on, you guys are always there. So I definitely appreciate all that very, very much. But I really want to do, make sure you put the number one for the drawing tonight. It's going to be in the bucket. Well, once again, if you're just joining or whatever, I got the raffle that's going on right here. If you haven't gotten in yet, this is the opportunity. Remember how long it took the great one Patino. If you haven't gotten on the raffle yet, this is the raffle. It ends tonight at 11:59 Eastern time. Get your name in. This is how you do it. It's in the beginning of the video as well too, so you can see it. You can pause it, get the information, and so remember, if there's somebody out there that's watching it and I haven't sent you a number and you've already texted me, please inbox me. Somebody reminded me this morning, and I appreciate it, that they sent me another text, and I was able to give them a number right off the bat. I was in that position to do it. So get in on this raffle, and I'm pretty sure people saying no, don't get in on the raffle. That's okay. Make my chances a lot better. So I understand that too as well. So get this right here. So, Kentucky's moving in the right direction. Every single day we're sitting on the end of our seats. We're waiting to see what pieces are being added. And that's the excitement of this part of of what's going on with Kentucky basketball. And we're just all sitting back and waiting to see who comes to the what's name, who is added later. But thank you guys. I appreciate it so much, guys. And once again, I'm going to try to be more consistent. You guys know I love the Cats, and I appreciate everything you guys are doing. And thank you guys. And until next time.